Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Eagles Nest, Engadine High School, for the opening night of the 2023-2024 high school basketball season. Boys varsity action coming your way tonight. It's the Engadine Eagles and the Superior Central Cougars. Dan Hardenbrook, glad to have you along on this opening night for the high school basketball season. The Eagles back in action. They are coached again this season by Joe Brownson, who lost a large group of seniors from last year's team, a couple of underclassmen also not coming back out, including Hunter Cameron, the likes of Eli Germain, and that means short numbers, 2 seniors, 3 juniors rostered on the varsity this year for the Engadine varsity boys. They will rely on a handful of JV call-ups. It's going to be a chess match, putting together a lineup for Coach Bronson all night long. We expect those 2 seniors, Skylar Breaker and Nicholas Eam, to see a majority of the minutes, along with juniors David Parker, Miles Ean, and Jackson Davis. And then they will look to fill in off the bench with some JV call-ups. I'm looking out there. I see Vern Lobach, a freshman. I see an 8th grader, Nate Steelstra, who was great as the point guard for a majority of the JV contest. Looking also around 24, Tegan Masters is a freshman. He'll join in and try to help out as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on how some of these young players do filling in on the varsity season. The key for the Eagles obviously is going to be, especially with their bigs, because they're not very deep on the front line, and their big guys have typically liked to be used to spread the floor. They've got to stay out of foul trouble, or this is going to be a guard-on-guard matchup, and that may benefit the Superior Central Cougars. They are coached by Adam Eli. Numbers a little bit better for them. 5 seniors. Keep an eye on Logan Frusti and Jason Canerva, as well as Eli Penny. They can provide some size for that group. Juniors for the Cougars include Drew Bogovic and Xander Bigger, and a pair of sophomores up this year, Jack McDougall and Blake Tanner. The offense started cold in the JV contest, but heated up late. Superior Central beats Engadine in the JV game 18-11. It was tied 3-3 at the end of one. Engadine had a 7-3 lead going into the half and a 9-7 lead going into the fourth quarter, but then Superior Central over the last 4 minutes behind James Rintamaki lit it up. They go 11 points, 5 field goals and a free throw down the stretch, while Engadine sputtered, scoring just 2 in the fourth quarter, and the Cougars completed the comeback there in that one. We'll see what the varsity has in store, as Coach Bronson's hoping his guys get off to a good start. Talking to him prior to the action here tonight, he said, the guys are playing hard. They're competing. We're not very deep, but sometimes it's quality over quantity. We might not have a ton of players, but the guys that he does have, he knows that he can rely on. They're going to play hard. They're going to be scrappy. They're going to be coachable, and that's just as big a part of it as having straight-up talent in most of your ball games. We are going to step aside here as we get ready for the pregame festivities and announcements. Come back with the opening tip of this high school basketball season with M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
The things that we do as well as any place you could get it done.
Dr. Benjamin Bryant is proud of the surgery performed at Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center and reminds you, if you've put off some procedures because of COVID, chances are the surgery team at Helen Newberry Joy can perform it right here close to home.
We have a very experienced team. I think that our outcomes speak for us in terms of the job that gets done.
The list of procedures available just minutes from home at Helen Newberry Joy is impressive.
Gallbladder surgery is very, very common. We fix hernias. We put ports in. We remove all sorts of other lesions. We do vasectomies here. I don't think the public really knows that.
So if you've been putting off a procedure, it's only a quick phone call away.
I recommend that if they have a primary care doctor, they keep that doctor in the loop. But all they have to do is either call their doctor's office or call my office and ask to be scheduled, and they get scheduled.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health,
It's a huge inventory reduction sale at Newberry Motors. Get a 2014 Chevy Silverado Crew 4x4 with 152,000 miles for only $19,995 or best offer. With over $2 million in pre-owned late model inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs that gotta go. It's a huge inventory reduction sale happening now at Newberry Motors, your locally owned family-run dealer. Call 906-293-5104 or find us on South M123 in Newberry.
The Lewis County Veteran Services Office proudly advocates for our area veterans. Local Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard is ready to serve you. For all your veteran service needs, including claims, medical information, benefit coverage, and more, contact Rick Menard in the Lewis County Veteran Services Office at 293-4890. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office, proud supporters of our community.
If you're looking for a furry friend to help brighten your days, then look no further than the Lewis County Animal Shelter. They have many lovable pets, just waiting to find their forever homes. From playful pups and cuddly kittens, to gentle dogs and cats looking for a quiet place to call home, the Lewis County Animal Shelter has the perfect companion for you. Visit the Lewis County Animal Shelter today and let's create heartwarming memories together. Because when you adopt, you're not just finding a pet, you're finding a lifelong friend.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
All right, just finishing up the national anthem. Ready now for your starting lineups tonight in the season opening contest. The Eagles will be in the home whites, green letters, gold numbers with the green trim. Cougars in the road blues with the white numbers, white trim as we get the 2023-2024 season off and going. They will start with number 1, C.J. Adams, a senior. Out for the Engadine side, number 1, David Parker. Number 21, Logan Frusty out next for the Cougars. He's a senior. Tegan Masters, number 24, the freshman, going to get the start. Trent Rudder, a senior, number 23, out next for the Cougars. Number 32, Miles Ean will be out next for Coach Bronson. Xander Bigger, the junior, 33, out next for the Cougars. Nicholas Ean, 33, big, tough, physical kid. Can also shoot the basketball. Jason Canerva, an all-U.P. football selection for the Cougars. That'll be a nice bottle. Some good length for the Cougars. You see you there. And then Jackson Davis will be out next. So it's Parker, Ean, Davis, and Masters for Coach Joe Bronson. Adam Eli's Cougars go with Adams, Frusty, Rudder, Bigger, and Canerva. Your officials tonight, the All-American Elmer Albright, Thunder Dan Bruni, and Jason McEvers. Veteran crew here. They'll have these kids and these teams in good hands tonight. Eagles break the huddle. Got to get off to a good start. Set the pace. Be able to play your game. Those are keys both ways tonight. Be interesting to see what kind of chemistry and cohesion these groups have in their first contest of the season. It's going to be Davis going up against Bigger. Elmer Albright with a false start, and we're ready to go up in the air. Eagles win the tip. Parker goes back and gets it. Engadine left to right here in this first half of play. Parker off a high screen as the Cougars kind of play a soft man. Not a lot of movement early. Little ISO, clear out one side. Parker had it deflected, going up for the shot. Good transition defense. Engadine forces a turnover back the other way. Both teams empty on their first trip, and now Parker will try to settle in. Goes left wing. Nice baseline cut. The pass there. Drive now. Up. No good, but a foul on the play. 41. Jason Canerva is going to pick up the first foul of the season. Going to be a shooting foul and send the junior Miles Dean to the line. First free throw is up. Back iron and no good. Just past 30 seconds gone in this contest. Shot up. Rattles home. Dean gets the Eagles on the board. Quick pass as the Cougars try to pick up the pace. Parker jumps it but tips it out of bounds. Court inbound here. Sending it in will be Trent Rudder. They'll work it over here. Top side. Engadine likes to play a lot of zone defense. JV stayed in a 2-1-2 the entire contest. 2-3 zone to start here for the Eagles. Some size mismatches that they're looking to execute. Little turnaround in the post and a foul. Xander Bigger. He and Reuter and Frusty, long and lanky. And free throws coming back the other way. 1-0 Engadine. Minute and one gone. And the free throw no good the other way for Rudder. Both of them no good. Back the other way. Eagles turn it over. Travel. Unforced error there. Eagles will go to Parker. He's going to be doing a majority of the ball handling for the team this year. Cougars coming up the floor. Some early season rust here from these two teams. Good swing by the Cougars. They'll come back out topside. Drive here. Nice dump to the opposite block. Bucket is good for Trent Rudder. And the Cougars get their first points of the new season. And they lead it 2-1. First 2 minutes gone by here, nearly. Ball to the corner for the Eagles. Both teams trying to work the baseline cut and find the low block, and we got a tie-up. Jump ball going to go to the Cougars. Ball comes in here. Frusty gets the play call. Going to take his time. Why not? Off a high screen. Drive here. Tangled up. They'll go to the corner. Quickly reset their offense. Nice step through Inside out. Good rotation by the Eagles. Low scoring start to this contest. Fake lob, work it around. Skip back high side. Like to see the Eagles extending that defense, but they over pursue. A little slow on that last rotation. Shot no good. Cougars get an offensive rebound. They'll drive right through. Hanging shot no good. In the rebound. Miles will swing it out to Parker. And here come the Eagles. 3 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Still looking for their first bucket from the floor. Only point so far at the free throw line. Drive. And no kick to the corner, but a bailout on the foul. As 24, Blake Tanner, who came in off the bench. A little too much body contact there. Second foul on the Cougars. Baseline inbound. Got to face up there if you're the Eagles. Good cut, a little bit of room. If you catch that and face up, you got a free throw line jumper. Engadine not square to the basket, catching everything back to the basket. Or at an angle, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound, Canerva. Outlet, Frusty. He's going to be the focal point for the Cougars in the transition game. And a lob too high, but tipped out of bounds off the Eagles. 4:21 to go here in the first. Your score, 2-1, Cougars on top. Inbound. A lot of contact there. And it's going to be more free throws. This time for Trent Rudder, as there are only 2 points. He's going to get 2 more shots here. First one on the way, back iron, and just falls over. That one no good. Rebound to Ean. He's been solid so far. On the glass, drive for Parker. Wanted a foul, nothing coming there. But then picks one up. Oh, forced the turnover. They called the carry. All right, 3-1 now, 4:09 to go. Eagles get a bonus try with an inbound under the offensive basket. There it is. Catch, squared up, shot just off the mark. A good look. Quick the other way. Frusty in transition. Goes down to the block, to the trailer. They got to get it out, and they do, and now they're going to spread the floor. Inbound. And the shot is good. No, waved off a travel. In the corner, stepping into the shot. Engadine having a little bit of trouble. First denying that low post entry, and then when they get collapsed, it's a kick out and a quick swing. Cougars moving the ball well to get good looks. Neither team setting the world on fire offensively here early on. Drive, no look pass. Corralled, Eagles will start it over. Man, just a lot of tough passes to handle. Transition, layup good, and the foul for Frusty. Got out and ran the floor. (5-1) and a chance to add to it. Frusty's getting a warning. He gave a little flex after the bucket. The lefty will set and fire. No spin, just throws a rocket. Back iron, no good. Rebound. Another try for the Cougars. Baseline, cut off, good rotation, and towed out of bounds. Engadine getting the stops. Now they need to get some scores. 3:24 to go here in the first. 5-1 in this season opening contest. Non-conference matchup. Another turnover for the Eagles. Frusty looks back. entry in again, and Engadine letting them get it deep. It's been Rudder and Bigger who's fouled and will go to the line. They're catching that ball deep on the low block. They have the size advantage height-wise and length-wise. And it's been tough on the Eagles to react. The good news for Engadine is that the Cougars are just 1 of 5 at the charity stripe so far and make it 1 of 6. It's kept Engadine within 2 scores here. Stripped away. Frusty, transition, layup, good. He's got 4. 7 straight after the opening point for the Eagles. Cougars in command, 7-1. Ball worked to the corner. Drive here. Baseline dish, good. Setup shot won't fall. There's a lid on the north basket right now at the Eagles' nest. Hesitation and a carry. Oh, getting the legal screen. It was out of our view down in the corner there. Thought that whistle came on the hesitation. Joe Bronson's all over it, called it out. 2:25 to go in the first, 7-1, Cougars on top. Drive here off the high screen, and it'll go back the other way. 44 is Jackson Davis. Lob too far. Good help that time, but it gets tipped around and then kicked away. Out of bounds off the Eagles, and a baseline inbound coming up for Superior Central. Inbound, 3, uncovered and buried. And Frusty has put the Cougars on his back. They have a 10-1 lead. And a moving screen again. Second straight time down the floor. And not only can the Eagles not afford to give away fouls, but especially can't give them away on the offensive end. That's going to be the case. You might as well just kick it out of bounds or turn it over. You lose possession and you lose the foul. Entry, good help there. Nick Ean battling down there. Engadine had a free throw in the opening minute. They have been bottled up ever since. 10-1 Cougars. They'll go topside. All sorts of room, but Superior Central will stay patient. They got a couple of subs into the ball game. C.J. Adams started, just returned. They got 24 Blake Tanner and 11 Drew Bogovic into the ball game. Not a lot of changes for Engadine early on. They got to ride their 5 starters. 2 seniors, 3 juniors, and a freshman who was on the JV roster but did not play a whole lot as they saved Masters. They'll rotate basically a 6th guy. And so far, no sign of Skylar Praker, which makes them even more short-handed tonight. 3 ball. Up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Those long arms come in handy. And then a bump and a travel, and that was just a human demolition derby on the baseline. Eagles going to try in the final minute here to chip away into this lead, trailing 10-1. Jumper, good. Masters with the bucket. First shot from the field, and it ends a 7-minute drought for the Eagles. Cougars want the last shot. 15 seconds left. They'll work left wing. Step. They'll go high entry off the post. 9 seconds. Engadine kind of just sitting back. Now they'll pull up off the high screen. No good at the buzzer. And that is the end of the first quarter. The Cougars come out racing. They lead it 10-3 as we are through the first quarter of play with M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
The things that we do as well as any place you could get it done.
Dr. Benjamin Bryant is proud of the surgery performed at Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center and reminds you, if you've put off some procedures because of COVID, chances are the surgery team at Helen Newberry Joy can perform it right here close to home.
We have a very experienced team. I think that our outcomes speak for us in terms of the job that gets done.
The list of procedures available just minutes from home at Helen Newberry Joy is impressive.
Gallbladder surgery is very, very common. We fix hernias. We put ports in. We remove all sorts of other lesions. We do vasectomies here. I don't think the public really knows that.
So if you've been putting off a procedure, it's only a quick phone call away.
I recommend that if they have a primary care doctor, they keep that doctor in the loop. But all they have to do is either call their doctor's office or call my office and ask to be scheduled, and they get scheduled.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
Back here at the Eagles Nest, Dan Hardbrook, glad to have you along. I'm 123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network season opening contest. Engadine trailing 10-3. They will start with the basketball, working left to right here. Got the early advantage. They led it 1-0. Then 10 straight for the Cougars over a 7-minute span. Parker drives, throws the elbow. He's trapped among the tall fellas inside. And Canerva deflects that one. He's got to come over. He looks a little banged up, holding his shoulder. More teachable moment here, working on substitutions. Player off the bench. That was Rudder, ran straight into the play without checking in. Eagles will work it here. Drive, Parker bumped. Good challenge. Good job by Parker with the contact. Hang and hit, young man. Quick back the other way. Tied up. Arrow will go to the Cougars. Makes it a 10-5 ball game now. Second quarter just underway. 7:23 to go in the half. High side. Oh, two guys, one spot. That high screen game really worked. Quick off the dribble. Good blend of size and skill for this Cougars team. But a tough matchup. They're a step quicker than what the Eagles are. Nice little inside out. Oh, pulled the trigger, young man. Hesitation cost them. Tipped away off the Eagles. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. High side inbound. Up to the volleyball line. Frusty leads the way with 7 and a deep shot. It's a 2. And that one from Rudder, he's got 5. That's a 12-5 advantage. Baseline curl. Engadine turns towards the corner. The timing offensively just a step off for the Eagles right now. All part of the first game adventures. Oh, needed a screen. Masters gets left hanging. Davis, though, trying to be careful because he picked up 2 illegal screens in the first. And now a scramble for the loose ball. I believe Lovebach got bumped here. 24 blue is Blake Tanner, his second. Remember, foul situations this year. There's no longer a 1-and-1, and the fouls reset team-wise at the end of each quarter. Parker just dribbles to an open spot. Shot no good. Transition. 2-on-1 for the Cougars and a foul. Parker didn't have much of a choice there. Just tries to challenge Frusty, who will go to the line. Parker asking for a break, and Coach Bronson says no. You're the leader of the team, both in terms of skill and playing time, experience. You got to be the guy to bite the bullet, and they are going to make the change. Davis in. Free throw was good on the first one. Second one, no good. 2 of 8 start at the line, and a rebound, and then a foul. 23 blue is Rudder picking up the loose ball foul. 13-5, 5:56 to go here in the first half of the season opener for the Engadine Eagles. They'll work it down with Lobach. Tried to dribble in. Too much standing still for the Eagles here. And they're kind of getting clogged up at their penetration points here. Bounce pass. Guard takes it from the big man on a handoff. Shot up, no good. Rebound there. Davis, I believe. No, check that. Jackson Oven. Nick Ean will come out. Miles Ean will come back in. 13-5. And the Cougars are going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. Superior Central leads at 13-5. It's M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
It's a huge inventory reduction sale at Newberry Motors. Get a 2014 Chevy Silverado Crew 4x4 with 152,000 miles for only $19,995 or best offer. With over $2 million in pre-owned late model inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs that gotta go. It's a huge inventory reduction sale happening now at Newberry Motors, your locally owned family-run dealer. Call 906-293-5104 or find us on South M123 in Newberry.
You hear the horn as we are back ready to get underway out of the Cougars timeout. Engadine baseline inbound, down by 8 and looking for an offensive spark as we near the midway point here in the second quarter. Drive, dish back out. Quick three, off balance, no good. Rebound, Davis, bank shot won't go. Rebound tracked down, and here come the Cougars. Coach Bronson, see him right there down at the bottom of your screen in front of us, wants his guys to attack. Shot no good, and then Trent Rudder couldn't hold up. Mentioned some of the offensive fouls that cost Engadine in the first. Well, Superior Central has given fouls back on a coach's least favorite foul situation, 85 feet from the offensive basket. Not much you can do there if you get beat for the rebound. A lot of coaches just want you to get back. Inside, hesitation, up, bank shot. Over the top of Oven goes the game's leading scorer, Logan Frusty. He's got 9. He has outscored the Eagles on his own here. Corner, 3, looks good, and it is. Jackson Oven. Big bucket there. That might be the spark they need. Either team really been able to put together a big run. 3 ball back the other way from Adams. 10 straight for the Cougars in the first quarter, but a lot of that was free throw line or transition and a quick turnaround. Jump shot here, mid-range, no good. Engadine has not scored on back-to-back trips down the floor yet. They trail at 18-8. Substitution for the Cougars will be Eli Penny. Got the full-length white tights on. Basketball's become as much of a fashion statement than anything. Lobach with his different colored shoes. Nice feed inside. He never left the floor. Couldn't get the short bunny to go. Transition, step through, dump off. Frusty, a hard take, and just dropped it into the lap. That's Xander Bigger. Check that, not Penny. Coach Bronson becoming increasingly more frustrated. Blocked from behind. And he's going to take a 30-second timeout. 20-8 Cougars. Late stages of the second quarter with M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network. All right, 20-8, 2:40 to go. Engadine, as soon as they get something going, they take a step forward, and then all of a sudden it seems like the Cougars take 2 or 3 and go running back by them. Superior Central has opened up a 20-8 lead. No control. Turnover there inside. Cougars will come back the other way. They will set up in the half court. They've really done a nice job here in the second quarter of spacing the floor, allowing room for those drives. They can go high post, low post entry, play opposite high, opposite low. Good play. Lobach tipped it away. Masters comes up with it. Masters comes short, drop. Lobach, 2 bounces, no. Tip in, spins around and in for the freshman, Tegan Masters. Ball is stuck in the cheerleading squad. 33 into the ball game. That's Nick Ean. Engadine cuts it to a 10-point game. 1:56 to go before the half. The tough part for Engadine is, I mentioned this early in the first couple of minutes, and this is what caught the JVs earlier, is you love to play a zone defense, and probably with their personnel, they pretty much have to survive. But at some point, trailing in that ball game, you've got to come out and put a little bit more pressure on the ball, because the downfall of the zone defense is a good shooting team can get you. But B, other teams can stay patient and run time. Transition layup play there, no good. Another turnover. That time it's good. Frusty just went for the simple one, while Xander Bigger tried a half dunk, half layup. Disaster. Here's Jermaine, or Lobach rather, down in the corner. Through the hands, another turnover. A bounce pass. That's the third or fourth time They've just chucked a bounce pass right at the guy's feet. And it's either short hopping the intended target or taking a sky-high bounce over the head. And look at this. This is what I was just saying. You stay in the zone. And now, all of a sudden, the Cougars get to run about 25 seconds off the clock and get the last shot. Near turnover. Pick back up. Cougars, 6 seconds. Nobody steps out. Drive. Kick. 3. No good. Rebound. And that's the half. With the Eagles and the Cougars and the season opener. You see the board there, 22-10. Superior Central leading this one at the half. We will step aside. This Week in High School Sports from the MHSAA is on the way. 7123 FM.
The things that we do as well as any place you could get it done.
Dr. Benjamin Bryant is proud of the surgery performed at Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center and reminds you, if you've put off some procedures because of COVID, chances are the surgery team at Helen Newberry Joy can perform it right here close to home.
We have a very experienced team. I think that our outcomes speak for us in terms of the job that gets done.
The list of procedures available just minutes from home at Helen Newberry Joy is impressive.
Gallbladder surgery is very, very common. We fix hernias. We put ports in. We remove all sorts of other lesions. We do vasectomies here. I don't think the public really knows that.
So if you've been putting off a procedure, it's only a quick phone call away.
I recommend that if they have a primary care doctor, they keep that doctor in the loop. But all they have to do is either call their doctor's office or call my office and ask to be scheduled, and they get scheduled.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
It's a huge inventory reduction sale at Newberry Motors. Get a 2014 Chevy Silverado Crew 4x4 with 152,000 miles for only $19,995 or best offer. With over $2 million in pre-owned late model inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs that gotta go. It's a huge inventory reduction sale happening now at Newberry Motors, your locally owned family-run dealer. Call 906-293-5104 or find us on South M123 in Newberry.
The Lewis County Veteran Services Office proudly advocates for our area veterans. Local Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard is ready to serve you. For all your veteran service needs, including claims, medical information, benefit coverage, and more, contact Rick Menard in the Lewis County Veteran Services Office at 293-4890. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office, proud supporters of our community.
A wild weekend in Marquette at the Superior Dome, and some fantastic finishes in Battle Creek. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Trailing by 12 with just over 1 minute remaining in the Division I 8-player football championship game, the odds of Martin pulling off a comeback against Inland Lakes were not very good. But then Gavin Myers threw a touchdown pass to Tegan Harris. Next, Martin recovered an onside kick. And with just 5 seconds to go,
now Branch moves over to the right side as well. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Myers looks, pressure comes. He's going to go up the middle. Keeps it on the right side of the 5. Dives for the end zone, and he's in! Touchdown, Martin, with 5 seconds to go. The Clippers have completed the comeback.
That was Matt Chapkus of the MHSAA Championship Radio Network on the call as Myers ran it in from 21 yards out to give Martin a 30-26 win and a state title. In Division II, Adrian Lenawee Christian capped a perfect 13-0 season with a 36-18 win over Marion. Easton Boggs hauled in 9 passes for 210 yards and 3 scores for the Cougars. Quarterback Sam Lutz threw for 350 yards and he added 2 rushing touchdowns. Marion finishes a fantastic season at 11-1. The Eagles put up more than 50 points per game on average this year. For more on both of the 8-player championship games, check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, And the Lower Peninsula Girls Swim and Dive Championships, Ann Arbor Pioneer captured the title in Division 1. It is the school's fourth straight D1 championship. In Division 2, Farmington Hills Mercy is your champion. Mercy won by more than 125 points and captured the school's first swimming and diving title since 2019. And the final game ball goes to East Grand Rapids in Division 3 as they captured their 7th championship in girls swim and dive in the last 8 years.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
For the second consecutive season, coaches will have the ability to challenge plays during the 11-player football finals. All potential scoring and turnover plays will continue to be automatically reviewed. But again this year, coaches will be allowed to challenge one play per regulation and one in overtime, with some restrictions. First, a team must have a timeout available and call it to initiate a review. Second, there are a limited number of items that can be reviewed. Those include catch or no catch, ball carrier in or out of bounds, forward or backwards pass, and a handful of others. If successful, the coach will be given back the timeout. In overtime, coaches can challenge once, no matter how many overtime periods are played, and only if they have a timeout.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. On the volleyball court at Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek, 4 champions were crowned. Let's start with Division 1, where Farmington Hills Mercy dropped the first 2 sets to Grand Rapids Forest Hills Northern before storming back and winning in 5. In Division 2, North Branch won its second straight title, this one in straight sets over Grand Rapids West Catholic. Division 3 saw Kalamazoo Christian defeat Traverse City St. Francis in 4 sets. It's the first volleyball title in school history for the Comets. Holland DeVries finished with 16 kills and 27 digs in the victory. And in Division 4, after being down 2 sets to none in both the semifinals and finals, Clarkston Everest Collegiate won its first volleyball state title. They knocked off Leland in the title match after beating Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central in 5 sets in the semis. Coverage of all 4 divisions can be found at MHSAA.com. That wraps up the fall season here on This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we will see you in the new year with the winter season in full swing.
All right, back here in Engadine. We are at the half, 22-10. The Cougars are on top in this one. Eagles scored the first point in the new season. They led it 1-0 early. Have not sniffed the lead since Superior Central went on a 10-0 run, led it 10-3 at the end of one. Engadine's offense was much better in the second quarter, but every time it seemed like they made a play or hit a big shot, the Cougars came back with 1 or 2 of their own. They outscored Engadine narrowly 12-7 in that second quarter and currently hold a 22-10 margin. As a come from behind win in the fourth quarter for the Cougars JV, they win at 18-11 earlier, 3-3 at the end of one, 7-3 at halftime in favor of Engadine. They also led 9-7 going into the fourth, but a big run late for the Cougars JVs, powered by James Rintamaki, who had 7 down the stretch, helped lift Superior Central to the JV win by a final score of 18-11. Engadine's next contest will come your way Friday night. The Eagles will be home here against the Pellston Hornets. That'll be a 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 for the varsity contest. And hope you can get out here and cheer on the Eagles in that contest. We'll step aside, come back. Third quarter of play from the Eagles' Nest It is M123 FM in the E.U.P Sports Network.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you wanna talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
If you're looking for a furry friend to help brighten your days, then look no further than the Luce County Animal Shelter. They have many lovable pets, just waiting to find their forever homes. From playful pups and cuddly kittens, to gentle dogs and cats looking for a quiet place to call home, the Luce County Animal Shelter has the perfect companion for you. Visit the Luce County Animal Shelter today and let's create heartwarming memories together. Because when you adopt, you're not just finding a pet, you're finding a lifelong friend.
All right, ready to go. Third quarter of play. The Eagles will go with Parker, Ean, Davis, and Masters. Other side of the coin for the Cougars, they'll go with Trent Rudder. They'll go with Drew Bogovic. 33, Xander Bigger. 21, Logan Frusty, and number 1, C.J. Adams. Engadine now works right to left. They start with the ball, down by 12. Frusty, a game high. He's got 11 right now. 4 for Masters to lead the Eagles, who come up empty on their first trip. Ball up the floor. A bump underneath. That's a foul on Miles Ean. Free throws here coming for Xander Bigger. Cougars 2 of 8 at the line in the first, and it's not getting any better here. Opening minute here in the third quarter. Second free throw on the way. It is also no good. Tipped around. Engadine comes up with it. Parker, no look pass, sails it into the crowd. 3 or 4 rows up in the bleachers. And the Cougars will come back down with it. There's that low post entry. That's where they've made their money. Getting good looks, getting themselves to the free throw line, and then they've been able to collapse Engadine and kick it back out for an open look. Basket is good there for Bigger, and now he'll try to complete the three-point play. 24-10, no good on the free throw. Tip kept alive by the Cougars. They will look at the bonus. Wide open underneath. That's a gimme. And Bigger with a couple of quick scores, and it's 26-10. Drive here. Ean. Nick Ean to Miles Ean. Knocked away. Stolen. Transition. Layup and the foul. 3-point play opportunity again. And the Cougars have come out firing here in the third. And Frusty, I now have him unofficially for 13 points, and he can add to it. Free throw up and good. And a quick 7-0 run to start the quarter for the Cougars. Baseline turnover. No, they corral it. Parker will reset them. Quick look. No look, and the Eagles are just walking. Cougars might be able to deal a knockout blow here. Inside, no good. Put back, no good. And a bump, and Engadine gets a couple of breaks there. Foul there on 33. Xander Bigger. Drive here. Parker pulls back, swings it around. Penetration defense solid tonight for the Cougars. Loose ball, open look. They'll try to dump it down. Another turnover. The Cougars come back, just try to throw it the length of the floor. Sails out of bounds. 5:27 to go here in the third, 29-10. Up the floor, Engadine crossing the timeline. They're going to try and look and set something up. Almost picked away from Parker, then poked from behind. And a foul as Parker on the floor. Just tried to reach up and make another play. Cougars will walk it up. They've got all 7 points so far here in the third. Step around, open three, no good. And a long rebound out of bounds. Engadine will get it back. 4:56 to go in the third. See Parker up the floor. He'll set it. Now drives. Goes low block. Shot up and good. And the Eagles on the board for the first time. Superior Central, they're just playing faster than they have to right now. They've done a great job to build this lead. Just some silly three-quarter court passes into traffic. Almost jumped. Got to get a quick swing. Engadine instead will dribble it far side. And then off the cut, stolen. 2-on-1, back the other way for the Cougars. And a double dribble, good hustle by Masters to get back there. 4:09 to go, 29-12. Parker comes near side, goes to Masters. They're going to try and work that corner. Ian dribbling out, tripped up, takes a tumble. Foul's going to go on Drew Bogovic. And a timeout, 30-second timeout for Coach Joe Bronson. Assisted this year by Jeremy Lobach and Jeremy Gagnon, who did a nice job with that JV group earlier. They controlled most of the contest before ultimately falling. (29-12) here in this one. Cougars strong start to the quarter as they had the first 7 in a row to build a game-high 19-point lead. Been a bit stagnant both ways the past minute or so. Parker to inbound. Goes to that short corner. Pass off the feet of Ian and back the other way. Another transition bucket. This time it's Blake Tanner, the fifth different Cougar to score, and it's 31-12. Backdoor cut, Masters, fadeaway, rattles out, no good. Tough shot. Good look to create it for himself, though. They come out, nobody. There, it was a good look, opposite wing, nobody there. Boy, that shot's there if the Cougars want it. They're going to keep going to the block. Turnaround, blocked there by Oven. Parker, transition, quick cross, had it taken away. Cougars up the floor, layup, floated in and good by Frusty. Is that a big night? Parker, quick back the other way, tries to go up, stripped away. Eagles will keep it. 3 ball, no. Superior Central will take their time. Up by 21 here in the third. Entry, kick out. Engadine not even challenging on the perimeter. Lob inside and a bump by Parker, coming a step too late. Free throw on the way. It's good. That one is up. Rattled off. Now they come back. Shot. Tough contact. Davis gets helped up. He stood in there as long as he could to take the contact and gets called for the foul. Superior Central outscoring the Eagles 12-2 here in the quarter and make it 13. They've opened this thing up. Vern Lobach brings it up the floor. Gets it over to Miles Ian. Masters drive. Eagles continue to get bottled up on D. Little running hook shot, no good for Davis. Back the other way, wide open layup, help too late, and the bucket is good. And a full timeout for the Cougars. We'll step aside. It's M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office proudly advocates for our area veterans. Local Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard is ready to serve you. For all your veteran service needs, including claims, medical information, benefit coverage, and more, contact Rick Menard in the Lewis County Veteran Services Office at 293-4890. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office, proud supporters of our community. See, the Cougars down in their huddle, they call this timeout after going up by 26. They're going to maybe try to run a different defense here, execute maybe a couple of different sets. Use this basically as an extended practice. Engadine, same thing. Use each minute to try and get better, gain more experience. Definitely not over, but you still got to keep playing with nearly 10 minutes of game time left. Eagles will bring the ball up the floor. 2-3 zone coming for the Cougars. It'll be Lobach over to Masters. Back to Lobach. Nice entry. Davis is tangled and tied up. Ball comes to that corner. Masters handling the rock. Keeps trying to change direction. Quick swing there. Dump inside, and it's a turnover. Drive here off a screen, all the way around, and a kick out. Man, tough for the Cougars. They must have a don't shoot the three instruction here. They'll clear it out. Final minute. Skip pass. They just keep working it around. Lobach the steal. Back the other way. Masters in transition to Lobach. Back to Masters on that high dribble. Got it back. Three is no good. Rebound. Davis fighting for it. Lobach playing hard. 8 seconds for the Cougars. They'll come up the floor. High screen. Buzzer beater no good. And that is how this third quarter will end. 38-12. The Cougars have opened it up.
The things that we do as well as any place you could get it done.
Dr. Benjamin Bryant is proud of the surgery performed at Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center and reminds you, if you've put off some procedures because of COVID, chances are the surgery team at Helen Newberry Joy can perform it right here close to home.
We have a very experienced team. I think that our outcomes speak for us in terms of the job that gets done.
The list of procedures available just minutes from home at Helen Newberry Joy is impressive.
Gallbladder surgery is very, very common. We fix hernias. We put ports in. We remove all sorts of other lesions. We do vasectomies here. I don't think the public really knows that.
So if you've been putting off a procedure, it's only a quick phone call away.
I recommend that if they have a primary care doctor, they keep that doctor in the loop. But all they have to do is either call their doctor's office or call my office and ask to be scheduled, and they get scheduled.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
Back here at the Eagles Nest, opening night is not going the way the Eagles had hoped. They trail at 38-12 as we start the fourth quarter of play. Lobach, Masters, Davis, Ian, and Oven, the five on the floor for Coach Joe Bronson, who is continuing to go with the positive encouragement to lift his team's spirits. Ball work, free throw line. There's that high-low. That has been a strong part of the Cougars' game, but mishandled underneath. Engadine playing tough, just having a tough time converting some opportunities. And it'll be Vern Lobach walking him up the floor. He'll swing to Masters. Those two going to get a lot of time on a not very deep and young program. Lobach's runner, bank shot, no. Rebound, flip out, here we go. Back the other way for the Cougars. Scored 22 in the entire first half and had 16 just in the third quarter. Well, Engadine has gone 3-7-2 in their quarter-by-quarter scoring. Opening minute just about gone here in the fourth quarter. Davis turns, fires. Shot is short. Falls back on everything. He's got to get a better base, get his legs under him. Transition, good hustle play. Knocked away. Cougars corral it. They'll skip it back to the corner. Oh, my. Wide open, Engadine. Not going to defend the corner. They know the Cougars are coming inside. Tangled up, and that's just man strength. Basket good for Trent Rudder. Him and Frusty have been quite the combination here in this one. And that makes it 40-12. Three-point play opportunity on the way. Up the floor. Eagles enter it to the middle. Kick out. Masters dribbled it off his foot. Turnover to the Cougars. They'll come back down the floor. Crossover, drive, big giant step through. Left hand up and soft off the rim for Logan Frusty. Tough anytime the other team has one guy outscore you, and Superior Central tonight has almost had two guys do it. Davis just came over to Coach Bronson, wanted out of the ball game. He'll get stuck in there. 31-point contest. Character building time for the Eagles. Loose ball inside, taken away. Masters will run the floor. Hard stop to Davis. He'll pull up with a three. Wide left. Somebody might have got a piece of it, and Superior Central down, and a good job by Masters getting out of the lane to play the pass and knocked it out of bounds. Tegan Masters with 4 points is the high man for the Eagles, and he's played a pretty solid ball game. Ball to the quarter. Superior Central will just tick away the time here. Down inside and ping-ponged off of two guys. Is Trent Rudder. New Cougar into the ball game. Sophomore Jack McDougal. Sophomore. They've now played everybody. Ball worked around. Drive here. Kick inside. Little short jumper. Bank shot. No. Rebound. Back. Blocked. Cougars and Eagles all fighting for it. We'll get a whistle. I believe we're going to get a jump ball, and we will, and the arrow to the green and gold. 4:55 to go. 43-12. Eagles bring it up with Masters across the timeline. He gets it taken away. Goes in. Lobach tripped up. Taken away. Cougars 2-on-1 the other way. Reverse layup. Caught underneath. No. Rebound. Hard dribble up and in for Frusty. Flip and the turn, race, layup, no. Follow tip, no. Another chance taken away. Eagles come to Masters. He'll run it all the way to the corner, left side, spin out. Now on the drive, the runner, no good. And then just down over the top of the defense. Easy buckets there. Wish I could have seen that kind of defense in my playing days. 45-12. One thing the Eagles are going to have to do as they move forward, especially in the young part of this season, is build some confidence. They just need a couple of positive things to go their way. If they can get an early win, that would be huge. Because they just didn't look very comfortable tonight, and it's tough with only 2 seniors and 3 juniors, relying on a bunch of JV guys who played a hard-fought, close game earlier. Tell the confidence is a little bit shook. A couple of them asking on multiple occasions to come out of the ball game. Cougars just dribbling around as Engadine stays in the zone defense, despite the fact that, they're not going to come back, but they could definitely at least make it a challenge for the Cougars down the stretch. Said this at the end of the JV game. And earlier here tonight, that zone defense, if you don't extend it and put pressure on the ball, teams can just dribble it out. Nice reverse layup for Oven. There, look at Lobot. Comes up, challenges the ball, steers him to Masters. Good job there. The Cougars will just come further out. And Engadine's got to just sit back. And then a full head of steam. Tanner goes blowing by. Drive here for Eam. Ball fake. Shot rattles out, rebound. That's been a big area for the Cougars. It took away, I don't know if Engadine's gotten a clean offensive rebound tonight. Spin, drive, tip. Some confusion as Engadine went to empty their bench and put in their younger players. They had to send one back who's not on the roster. Trying to figure out that commotion. Ball skipped to the corner. 51 seconds, and Joe Bronson's going to the sub. Wanted to get those guys into the ball game. They give it to him and we're ready to go. So it'll be the varsity debuts for Steelstra, Russell King. That's a freshman and a 8th grader. Inside through the hands of Oven. Turnaround jumper, no. 49-14. 42 seconds left, and that may do it right there. The Cougars send it up, and Engadine knocks it away. And the Cougars with 30 seconds will spread them around. Dribble. Oh, they're going to the block. They're looking to score with Penny. Oh, they take the 3. No good. Masters, quick the other way. He'll pull up. He'll look at 10 seconds. Goes to Steelstra. The shot is no good. And now the Cougars with it, and they'll spin out of trouble, and that'll do it. Final score in this one. Superior Central going to get to 1-0 on the new year as they win it 49-38. 14. We'll wrap it up when we come back. On 123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
The Lewis County Veteran Services Office proudly advocates for our area veterans. Local Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard is ready to serve you. For all your veteran service needs, including claims, medical information, benefit coverage, and more, contact Rick Menard in the Lewis County Veteran Services Office at 293-4890. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office, proud supporters of our community.
Dan Hardebrook back with you here at the Eagles Nest, where the Cougars, once they found their rhythm, they found a good, solid place to attack in this ball game. They were able to go inside out, ran their opposite high and low through the post very well. And, of course, in transition, they were excellent in this one. And once Engadine gave up the lead, they could never quite get it back. 10-3 at the end of one and 22-10 at the half for the Cougars, who then went off big with 16 points in the third quarter. That was more than Engadine scored all night long, as the Eagles could never crack double digits in a single 8-minute frame. As a matter of fact, 3 points in the first, just 2 in the third and 2 in the fourth, and that dug them pretty big hole in this one. Final score 49-14. Logan Frusti went off in a big way here tonight as he led the way along with Trent Rudder, who both end up hanging enough points on where they pretty much contain the Eagles on their own. Engadine is back here Friday night as they wrap up the opening week when they take on the Pellston Hornets. It'll be 6 o'clock in the JV varsity game to follow. And make sure you follow Engadine Sports all season long here on M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network. From the Eagles Nest, that's going to do it. Superior Central 49, Engadine 14.